On this video, let's talk about beginning dating and how sexual relating can confuse our nervous system. I am just aware, as a therapist, I've heard many stories that there's some of us who know this information and say, I really don't think that it's good to confuse my nervous system. I don't really think that it's good to strengthen an attachment bond with someone I don't even really know who's a stranger, and to then go through the behaviors of deep trust with someone that we haven't built a foundation of trust. That inherently is confusing, is going to create more attachment distress. I am aware a number of us who know that this happens. We still are not going to take a step back and put sexual relating on hold. So therefore, I'm talking to all of us, and in this moment say, well, if you do move forward with sex, and I know many of you are, be prepared and pay attention to, you are potentially inviting distorting reality and creating a stronger attachment bond to someone who you don't really know if it merits that level of attachment. And that's also why early on relationships can be so incredibly painful and confusing, and when they don't work out and they end relatively quickly, it's very, very painful because our attachment system, we have allowed ourselves to get attached, and the sexual relating reinforces that attachment. And then if perhaps we realize, I don't think that this person is for me. They're nice, I enjoy them, we've had a good time together, but wow, they are not communicating, or wow, they are not emotionally open, or wow, they just are not listening when we are in a process of back and forth exchange of beginning to show curiosity for each other and share emotional responsiveness. And we realize, oh wow, this is really one-sided. I'm the one who's doing the creating the invitations and bids for connection. I'm the one who's being emotionally open. I'm the one who's inviting connection. And it's actually, there's not a back and forth. There's not a shared emotional responsiveness. It's very, very one-sided. But if we have already strengthened the attachment bond and feel a sense of closeness and connection with this person, we're immediately in a dilemma. We've managed to become attached now to someone who we can also see they're not able to meet us where we're at. They're not showing up where we are. And that's when you have to make the choice. Is this the type of person that you want to be in a relationship with? Many of us say yes because we already say, well, but I feel connected. I feel attached. I feel this bond. And it might not be that bond is really that reliable. I understand it can feel strong, but we might be able to, at face value, say it's not really a reliable sense of connection. It's a result of having rushed into sexual relating. Empathy to you if this video speaks to you. Empathy to you if you're struggling, just started dating. It's a wonderful, exciting time, and you think that you found someone who's a potential person to start to build a relationship with, and then simultaneously, I think it's really sad. I think I consider, I got to say this cautiously. I'm not saying you're cursed. I'm not saying I'm cursed, but I do feel like it is a bit of it's an unfortunate curse that when I start to get close to someone, the intimacy and the vulnerability are in fact the gateways to activating attachment distress. It activates fear, it activates great confusion. It can activate a sense of what's called primal panic, this intense feeling of needing a reassurance that this person that we've started to be vulnerable with is really here for us, because we have a history of people not really being here for us emotionally. It could be literally, also physically not there, but a number of us have attachment injuries and attachment wounds because that even though there was some interacting and proximity and closeness, there was still this emotional disconnect and an emotional absence. And for many of us, when we start dating, that gets triggered and activated, and all of a sudden then we're not focusing on dating and get to know the other person. Now we're managing this intense feeling of emotional attachment distress. So I consider that it's so distracting from what we really want to do, which is build trust and safety and experiment in the positive sense of intimacy and vulnerability. But what ends up happening is that very intimacy and vulnerability actually frighten us and can trigger some of these old memories and the attachment trauma symptoms related to the emotional disconnects from our past. Thank you for listening to this video. It's part of what I'm calling a dating series, which means there's going to be some more videos just like this one or the same topic. I'm not necessarily numbering them, but for my notes and how I organize the content, I'm calling it a dating series. And do all the things, and you know what I'm talking about. We've heard 800. Every YouTube video says, click like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And if you do, it really helps others find this video. It really helps promote this channel. And if you felt that my time, effort, and the content I'm sharing is helpful, then please help me out and share this video with others. Thank you so much. More videos on the way.